When you think of journaling, do you think of the Dear Diary, I hate my life experience of adolescence? Or do you think of it as a nourishing, nurturing self-care practice? Maybe you think journaling isn't for you. It isn't a helpful practice, or it won't change anything. But what if I told you that this simple practice, when done consistently, can have a profound positive effect on your life? What if I told you it has the potential to allow you to connect to yourself in a way that will have you feeling more fulfilled and more content in your life? If I told you those things, would you try it? When approached with intention and consistency, the practice of journaling can have some profound benefits that you really can't get in other ways. And this is why I encourage you to keep watching this video, where I'm going to share with you how journaling can have a positive impact on your life, as well as how to get started with a consistent journaling practice. Hello and welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Sarah Raymond with the Mindful Movement. Thanks for joining me. So let's begin with the benefits, because you need to know the benefits in order to have the desire to start this practice in the first place. First benefit is the organization of your thoughts. I know for me, it can be a really busy and disorganized place up in my head. So getting my thoughts out of my head and onto paper really allows me to make some connections and understand what's going on up there. It allows you to get out what's inside and get it on the outside, almost like you're cleaning up or clearing out the clutter. And that can allow you to have a more spacious experience in your thoughts and in your mind. The next benefit is that you can gain clarity. And I don't know about you, but that's important for me. There's a lot of inner conflicts that happen in my head. I don't know if you ever had the experience of saying, well, one part of me really wants to do this, but there's another part that really wants to do this. And that inner conflict can lead to a lot of stress and suffering and uncertainty. And next, journaling can allow you to first recognize your beliefs, and then second, if necessary, rewire your beliefs or change your relationship with those beliefs so that they can serve you more effectively in the life that you desire. Journaling allows you to tap into your authentic self through increasing your self-awareness. Journaling creates a safe space for you to explore your emotions, which for a lot of folks, emotions don't feel very safe. And that can lead to pushing them down and feeling like we have a lot of stuck energy, stuck emotions that just come up at the drop of the hat. And then in addition to that benefit, this space to explore your emotions also gives you permission, or gives you an opportunity to release your emotions. Because as we know, emotions are energy in motion. And that means they need to come up and out and be expressed. And when they're not expressed, they get recycled. They get pushed back down and will continue to come up. So journaling gives you a place where you can explore and then release those emotions. Another benefit of journaling is that you can connect with gratitude. We are designed to see the negative to keep us safe. And so it takes practice and it takes effort and intention to really connect with gratitude. But the more you can do it, really the better you feel. And I know I could always use a little more gratitude in my life. It always feels so good to be in the energy, in the vibration of gratitude. Journaling can also inspire creativity, improve your relationship with yourself, as well as your relationship with others. And it can also just increase your overall sense of well-being, your overall mental health. So next I'll share with you some tips on how to create a consistent journaling practice. My first tip is to decide on your why or your intention. And I often give this tip when starting any practice or any new habit, because if you don't know why you're doing it, if you don't have a strong intention, it will make it a lot more challenging to be able to commit to that practice. So start to think about that. Why would you want to journal? What are you hoping to get out of it? What are you hoping the experience will allow you to enjoy or feel or do in your life? And once you come up with your intention, let me know in the comments what that is. I'm really curious to hear why you want to journal. So next, choose the medium in which you are going to be journaling. So I personally am a pen and paper kind of person. This is one of my favorite journals that my daughter made for me, and it really means a lot to me. So when I sit down with it, I love to take my pen to the paper. It's inspiring and it makes me feel good. Not everyone is a pen and paper kind of person. Maybe you want to work on a digital journal, and that's perfectly fine. Perhaps you're more creative and artistic, so maybe collaging or doing something with mixed media might be more enjoyable for you. So choose your medium and just get started. And next, choose when and where you are going to work with this practice of journaling. Are you going to do it in the morning, in the evening? Are you going to keep your journal with you and have it on the go? And I recommend choosing some specific time and place to go through this process, because if we don't, we might not do it. And in addition to choosing when and where, decide how long you want to commit to writing. And you might even choose to set a timer so that you don't have to think about how long you're going to do it. You're just going to go until that timer goes off. And finally, just make the commitment to start this practice and be consistent with it. Next, you might be wondering, well, what do I write about? I know that comes up for me a lot. You go to sit down, you get your pen, you get your paper, you start writing, and there's blankness. There's nothing. So let me give you some ideas, some guidance to help you get started. You can start very basically with just what's on your mind. Those thoughts that are circling through or tumbling around in your mind, get those out of your mind and onto paper. You could write a letter to someone that you're never going to send. This can be particularly useful if you are in a relationship that had a recent challenge. Reflect on something that you've read. I know I really love to use books that have daily readings or daily meditations or reflections. Two of my favorites I have here include Journey to the Heart by Melody Beattie. This one is a very well-loved edition. And The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. These are two great books that you can use. You can read each daily passage and then reflect on it in your journaling practice if that motivates you or inspires you. Additionally, you could reflect on inspirational quotes or poems. You could reflect on music or sounds in nature. You could even reflect on smells or photographs that you've seen, because all of these things can elicit an emotional response, and that's something to explore and to reflect on. Another useful tool is a sentence prompt. For example, I am grateful for, and you finish the sentence. Or right now I feel. And in the same way, you can use questions, such as, who am I? What do I need right now? One of my favorite questions to journal about is, what does it feel like to trust yourself? You can also write about the meaning of words, such as unconditional love or self-trust. What do those words mean to you, and how do they show up in your life? This next idea to journal on is one that I would say is a little bit more advanced, or one that can potentially bring up some challenging emotions, but I do think it is very useful. And this is to journal about something that you're hiding from others about you, or something that you're hiding from yourself. So essentially, if there's any shame that you're experiencing. And I say that it's challenging because there's a reason that we hide things, we push things down. And the way that we heal shame is through bringing it to the light, allowing it to be seen. So that can be a little bit challenging, but it can also be very healing. And then additionally, any emotions are great topics to journal on. So you might use a sentence starter of, I feel angry because, or I am sad because, and then just let it all flow. So I know this is a lot to get started with. I really hope that you take some of these ideas and these tips and use them to get started with journaling. Or if you already have a journaling practice, maybe some of these ideas can support the evolution of your journaling practice. So tell me in the comments how you have used journaling in the past, or how you intend to use it in the future. Or let me know if I missed something and you have some great ideas to share with the community as well. Journaling is just one of the many self-care options out there that go beyond just massage and bubble bath, and is part of a group of self-care practices that are nurturing and nourishing. You can use it to truly connect with yourself and understand yourself on a much deeper level. You may be wondering about some other nourishing and nurturing self-care practices that you can start to incorporate into your daily routine today. And I'd love to help you with that. And on your screen right now is the perfect video for you to watch next. In that video, I dive into more about what self-care practices are and what they are not, and how they can really support you, your health, your well-being, and developing the life that you desire.